Hi, and welcome to another edition of Spartan Sports Report. This is Andrea Van Meter. She's the AD, the athletic director. I like AD.
Hi.
I think AD sounds more, I don't know. AD, yeah,
I kind of feel like you're working in a hospital, with AD,
well, that's true.
AEDs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. Well,
But I don't work in a hospital.
Yeah, she's the athletic director of the Connersville Spartans, and you have been a very busy woman this year.
A little bit.
Just slightly.
Just a little bit. It maybe will slow down here soon, but as of right now, we're still going full speed ahead.
Yeah.
So
and
lots of things coming up.
Is a big game that we could play football at our home field.
Absolutely. So Friday night, we are anticipating homecoming.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of funny because it is actually homecoming because we're finally coming home after being on the road all year.
Season long.
So it is truly a homecoming, and it'll kind of be nice to let people actually come back and see the finished product. Again, I'm hoping 100% that it's done, but we've had some hiccups here and there, and anymore it's kind of like what you're doing, just kind of have to laugh it off.
Yeah, you have to.
But we are kind of hoping that everything is together. Everything is there that needs to go up. It's just a matter of it getting done. The rain today has not been great.
And the rest of the week, that's just almost rude that it would have to be this.
Not rained in two and a half months, and now we're getting hammered. Yep.
Yeah, hammered, right? When we're in the home stretch of this finished project, Jimmy Heisel and I think Clint last week may have referred to the boys as the road warriors.
Sure.
Because they're traveling so much. I told them, I said, I would talk to Andrea, maybe we can get something going for the kids. But they have really stepped up and done very well, the coaching staff too. Get the kids ready for home away games, I guess, technically. And I'm sure you appreciate it as well.
Yeah, it's just, it's tough. It's tough for everybody to have to want to travel. And, Madison wasn't a good trip. It was a lot. No, I don't mean a good trip. We were victorious, but I just mean as
long
far as
trip.
leaving right after school and being on the road for 2 hours and then trying to get ready to play and then playing a game and then getting home at, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. It takes a toll on you.
Right.
Traveling does take a toll, especially if you're, if you're a football kid and you're playing both sides of the ball and you're getting hammered as you're playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
It does take a toll on you, and being home and getting in that home routine and going home after school for a little bit and having a chance to, rest before you come in and unwind before you have to be back in that locker room and get focused. It's just a little bit different preparation, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing that always amazes me about student athletes is the fact that they're so dedicated to their craft, but they are students first. And so they really have to, we got to forget they go to school all day long, get up early in the morning, go to school all day long. Most of the kids, they're under strict grade guidelines, so they got to be good students. That's a long day, especially during the week when they have to play, because some kids play during the week.
Absolutely. So the minimum number of classes that a kid has to take is 5. So they have to take 70% and pass 70%. So if they're only taking 5 classes, they have to pass all 5.
Right.
But most of our kids are in 7, 8 periods.
Right.
Really, there's only 7 graded periods that our kiddos take. But yeah, you have to stay up on your studies. You have to have passing grades. Grade checks are at the end of the 9 weeks. And, unfortunately, if our kiddos aren't passing 5 of 7 classes, then at that point, their season's over.
Yeah.
They can still train, they can still travel, but they can't play anymore.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough for students. And, again, that's why they are student athletes. And I think that's kind of why you see it's just a different group of kiddos. The kiddos that are athletes, even your band kids or the kids that are in theater, they're the same way. They have to go to class, they work hard, they do what they need to do in the classroom, and then they spend hours, whether it's, marching band, they're spending 4 hours out on the field practicing, hauling stuff out there to perform for what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
Yeah.
The theater kids, they stay in the auditorium for 3-4 hours. So it's not just athletes, it's just a different breed. A kiddo who does any kind of extracurricular along with, sporting, or not sporting events, but school, it just, I don't know. It just takes a different type of kid to do that and want to do that.
Yeah. And you find with those kids that they seem to be successful in life.
They do. They kind of can prioritize what's important.
Yeah, that's a key. And so, I would encourage any kid, no matter what background you're from, get into some athletics, some extracurricular activity, and it did well for you.
It did, and I was busy, and I think it kind of led into like what I've done in life. I know how to put out a couple of fires and start a couple new, and so and
that's always the fun part. Starting
fires. I don't know about that one. I don't need to start any fires.
No, not anymore.
I got enough to put out myself.
Yeah, so lots of activities going on since we had been on the air last time. September 15th through the 20th, Spartan football, of course, we talked about the trip to Madison last Friday against the Cubs, came away with a big win there, 28-7. Then, of course, the War on 44 in Rushville didn't turn out the way that we wanted it to go. Rushville, of course, came in 4-0, lost 32-28. Very hard-fought battle.
It was, and the boys played well. I mean, unfortunately, that field at Rushville is probably, no offense to Melissa at Rushville, but probably one of the worst fields around in the area. And I mean, I feel bad for them. They don't have irrigation, and they have to maintain it all themselves. They're watering things, with the old-fashioned sprinklers. But it's a different atmosphere. People are closer. Bleachers are filled. Fans are sitting all around. It was their homecoming, and we just couldn't find that spark. I mean, we had a couple key plays that.
Brought us within striking distance.
Yeah, brought us within strike. Yeah, we just couldn't finish, couldn't capitalize. Yep, absolutely.
Play behind too much. Rushville, of course, 4-0. Connersville now 3-0 on the season. Will host the 4-1 Crispus Atticus. Tigers, we talked about that homecoming. Again, it's more than just the homecoming. It is the homecoming. Sure. You got to feel good, you and your staff, and of course Ryan and his staff, to be finally at home. Yeah, it's going to be a totally different animal. Yeah. Hosting at home and being at home, it's just a different vibe. You have your music, you have your fans, you have your way of coming out to the field. The band is there, the Spartanettes are there, the cheerleaders are, cheerleaders do travel with us, but the whole cheerleading crew is with us. You get more fans when you're at home. You get the people who, they're fans, but they don't want to travel. So they want to come out and they want to support the Spartans. And sometimes people just want to come because they don't have anything else to do, and they want to come see what Spartan football is about. So, speaking of football back at home, obviously with the bleacher, the configuration of getting into the stands, I guess, is a little bit different. It is going to be a little bit different, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how it's going to be because it's not quite done yet. So I don't want to tell everybody and then them come in and be shocked. Totally, but I think the new way will be very similar to the old way. You'll still come in the same gate. Kind of walk around, and then you will enter from behind the bleachers. Yeah. There will still be stairs on one end and a ramp on the other like we had. Right. But now you could don't have to walk in front of everybody or walk all the way around to go back to the concessions or restrooms. We do have ramps that come out the back side of the stairs. Yeah. There are handrails now. Good. To help you up to your seat. Yeah. So we are ADA regulated with that. So that's a little bit different of a change. It does look a little different than what it did before, and I think it's a good different. Yes, the bleachers unfortunately don't go all the way up to the press box. That was some kind of lost in translation, I think, between us and the company. But I think overall, when you come in and you walk and you feel safe, and that matters. You have something to hold on to, and your seat is safe, and what you're walking on under your feet is safe. There's a lot to say about that. I think so. So it'll be different, but I think it'll be nice. We're almost finished. Yeah. The stairs on one end and the ramp on the other were supposed to be finished this morning. The rain, of course, the 2 months of rain has decided to come today. Brutal. Yeah, but that's rude. So unfortunately, we're a little bit we don't have those done, but I know they're fabricated. Yeah. So it's just a matter of getting those connected. So we should be good by Friday. Yeah. And hopefully the visitor side will be done as well. They made a lot of progress over the weekend. Yeah. There are seats and there are steps over there. Yeah. So they just have to cut out aisles, put up handrails, and put up fencing. So, and that they worked on that pretty quickly. So we should be good. Again, it seems like the issue with the stands have really overshadowed how good these boys are playing too. Absolutely. And they're working hard day in, day out. Different leadership, I think, this year. Yeah. Got a big, strong junior class that's helping the senior class. Yeah.
And I think you've got a couple of key freshmen and sophomores that are going to start seeing some more playing time out there as well. So, I mean, it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm very impressed watching them. I have not heard a status on Patterson's. Of course, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was it
so
broken?
he did break his fibia.
Yeah, I knew it.
He had surgery on it last Thursday.
Was it his lower part of his fibia, or is it?
I think so, down by his ankle. So I think he also did some damage to his ankle, but he didn't tear any ligaments.
Oh, good.
I think they said he stretched a few, just didn't tear any, so that was a good thing.
Yeah.
But he is out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He'll be he's in his hard cast until I think he said October 1st. So
wow. So he can. So I guess he could possibly come back by sectional.
Maybe. Doubt it, because he's probably missed too many. You have to make up practices. So, unfortunately, you have to make up practices once you've been out. So, but yeah, I mean, good thing is he's up. He's walking around.
And he's just a junior, correct?
He is a junior.
So we'll have him next year. So for a senior year, I know it was tough seeing that.
It's always tough when they break things. We got a couple of kids out with some, shoulder and wrist and hamstring and quad and ankle, and it's always hard when a kid misses because they put in so much time over the summer, and then just one hit.
One hit.
And that could be the end of them. And I hate that.
That's not good. So, hopefully, best wishes to him.
Absolutely.
He was doing very, very good. Spartan boys varsity soccer beat Kip Legacy at home 6-0 last Wednesday, then fell 5-0 to Richmond on Thursday. They play the Pirates at Greensburg tonight at 5:30. It doesn't rain out, does it, with soccer?
Not usually. Rain out, no, but lightning.
Yeah, so. and that brings up there's an app or something that you guys got going on with weather.
So we have a new weather safety app program that we are working on with a company called Perry Weather, and so basically they will put a weather station on top of the Spartan football press box, and so that weather station can detect the heat index. It can also detect lightning, which in sports, any outdoor sports, I don't know how many people are aware of this, but if lightning is within 10 miles, you're supposed to seek shelter and stop activities until it has moved away or till the last strike has been gone for at least 30 minutes. So this app will actually, or this program will actually take care of that for us. So it is kind of helpful, especially if I'm somewhere else supervising something else and I'm not on site. The coaches will have an access to this app as well, where they will get the alerts on their phones. So it's not always just on my shoulders to text every person, or if I forget whoever is out there in an evening. So it's kind of nice. I've been getting alerts all day today with weather and lightning and rain coming in. I also have access to talking to a real-time meteorologist.
Oh, good.
And so I did send a message about, hey, we have events starting on campus at about 4:30 tonight. What's our anticipation with storms or fighting storms? And so it didn't come out as well as I wanted it to. I wanted her to say, "Oh, it's good, you can play," but good chance of storms between the hours of 5 and midnight. So
then you're going to be frantically on the phone.
So I'll be frantically on the phone trying to figure some things out. So
rescheduling with the other ADs, and so at least it's not just you; it's the other ADs. You got to work something out.
Exactly, and the problem is too, we're running out of time though, because sectionals are right around the corner.
For most
boys
sports.
Tennis sectional draw is this Sunday. Boys sectional tennis is next week.
Do they lose games? I mean, or do you have to make these games?
Depends on the school.
Okay.
If it's conference, you have to make it up. If it's non-conference, you don't have to. We like to, but you don't have to. So tonight, boys tennis already has been canceled against Union County. We're probably not going to be able to make that up because our boys play the next 3 days straight.
So then,
and then Friday's homecoming. We don't usually play on Fridays. Saturday, I believe, JV is away somewhere. And then Monday starts kind of the week of sectionals, and we usually don't try to play that week of sectionals. We don't want anybody hurt. So run out of time.
That's it. Time is sometimes not on our side.
It's not on our side.
Of course, soccer again tonight at Greensburg, 5:30. Tomorrow night, host Anderson at 7:30. Lady Spartan soccer team lost at Shelbyville on Tuesday 2-0, but won at home on Thursday against Anderson 7-0. A lot of blank scores going on here. You either get blanked or blank somebody.
It's kind of, that's how soccer seems to be. If you're we have a lot of shots on goal. I don't think Anderson took a shot on goal at all against us.
Wow.
So our defense was able to stop that. Absolutely. Our defense was able to stop that, and our offense was definitely on fire that evening. So, but I'm noticing on the boys and girls side, it's usually
one or the other.
Yep.
Wow. Girls are 5-5 on the season. And 2 on the season, or 5-5-2 on the season, and 1-3 in conference. They host the Bulldogs of Centerville tonight at 5 p.m. Spartan volleyball hosts. Are the girls going to be playing tonight, or is it? I guess if
soccer.
There's no
yes, they plan to play against Centerville tonight. Yes,
as long as there's no lightning.
Correct.
Spartan volleyball hosted an invitational a week ago on Saturday, losing to Rising Sun and Seymour 2-1 and 2-0, and winning over Pike 2-1. They played at Centerville Monday night, winning 3. Or they played at Centerville Monday night, winning 3-0, and then beating Franklin County on Wednesday 3-0. Thursday and Saturday saw 2 home losses, however, losing to Jay County 3-0 and South Dearborn 3-0. The girls are 7-12 on the season and 1-4 in conference action. They next play the 5-13 Red Devils at Richmond tonight at 7:30. Of course, that is. Was that the one that was canceled?
No. Volleyball's on tonight. Yeah.
Oh, that's volleyball. Duh.
No, you're good. Volleyball's on tonight.
Yeah.
The girls
volleyball plays inside, so
they do play inside. So as long as there's power, we're good to go.
Right.
As long as there's no storms or anything crazy. But no, the volleyball team, they're kind of young. They're battling through some ups and downs. They played really well. That was my sport.
Yeah, one of your sports.
One of my sports. Yeah, but they're young. They'll find it. I mean, it's tough, and not having a winning season is always tough for kids, and we don't have an easy conference. I mean, a lot of schools. I mean, I know there's other conferences that are tough too, but we just have a really tough schedule. We played some really strong teams. Jay County is a sectional opponent. They're coming in with a girl that's 6'4" playing on JV.
Wow.
Right, and they have 14 to 16 girls on their
JV.
roster.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jay County was tough. They'll end up facing Richmond tonight, which Richmond's always tough. It doesn't matter what their record is. They're an athletic team. They're always athletic. And so we've got to show up because they're one of those teams that could, they've won 5 games, so they could, easily be a 6-game win if we don't show up and play hard. And then, we have New Pal coming up pretty soon, and that's always a tough school to play. So, we're not making it easy for him, or I'm not making it easy for him, because to be the best, you have to beat the best. There is absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's again tonight at 7:30. Again with everything that's been going on with weather-wise, it's nice to be able to see that the kids are still competing and playing very well.
We've gotten really lucky this year. This is the first rain out. We've had all fall.
Wow.
I think last
we didn't have rain most of the time.
We haven't had much rain, but this is the first rain out that we've had, or the rain. I'm not gonna say rain out, but rain that we've had, and that's tough. It's very. Especially this time of year, because there's games that we have to play or we need to play, and we want to play everything. JV football, they've actually gotten a chance to play at home, so this will be their second home game. It'll look very similar to last Saturday with having people with chairs, because our bleachers can't be sat on because we don't have stairs on the ends. And so the safety inspector is not going to push that through. But they're still at home. They're playing on the field. It might be wet. It might be not so nice. And
but we're at home.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
That is nice. And then tomorrow, middle school football plays Rushville at home as well. So, again, fingers crossed. Maybe the bleachers will be done by then. But we're just going to keep rolling. We're going to keep playing, giving the kids opportunities to get out there to show what they've worked for. Sectional time is coming. We've got boys and girls soccer soon. Tennis is next week. We host that.
So tennis is it's starting next Monday, correct?
It starts next Monday. So we'll play Wednesday. We'll play Wednesday, Friday. The draw is this Sunday.
Wow.
So, and that's what Rushville, Franklin County, and Union County. So we'll play one of the two of those on next Wednesday. And then soccer, I believe, starts the following week. So we're running out of time.
And so the boys' tennis doing outstanding this year.
They are playing very well. They actually had to end up ending in a tie against Waldron the other night because Waldron doesn't have lights, and they ran out of daylight.
Ran out of time.
Yeah. Wow. So, you get to 7:45.
Yeah, you got to stop.
You're almost stopping between 7:45 and 8 right now. So, and we got kids that play 2-hour matches.
How are they not having lights?
I don't know. Well, they're expensive. Flights are expensive.
Yeah, that's true too.
Some schools don't have that luxury of doing that because it is.
True.
I mean, they're pretty hefty price.
Yeah, and when we think of again, lots of negative talk about the stands, but that I'm sure has been driving you crazy. But when you look at the overall facility that we have as for Connersville Athletics, we're very blessed.
We are, and we've had a lot of upgrades over the recent years. I think just what killed Connersville is they waited so long.
Yeah.
You know, things were starting to
And it happened
go down, and they just didn't put that money into those programs. And I think, and I'm not going to say that's how you lost kids, but you know, when you're proud of what you have, and you, when people come in to see your facilities, and you've got something great. It makes you feel better, you know, it really does. And it makes you want to be there because you understand. And then when you go to other places and you see their facilities and you're like, wow, like ours are pretty good. Like
they are.
Our field is better. It may not be a turf field, but our field overall is better. Or we like our lighting better than, you know, this school or whatever. So I think it's just taking pride in that.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's no doubt. I mean, I've been to a lot of schools.
Sure.
And our football and especially our basketball is really top notch.
Sure.
Very much top notch.
And keeping it that way is the issue. Is not letting that paint fade or letting those fixtures pile up with dust and fixing the boards when they're broken. It's just the little things. Like I mean, a little bit of paint goes a long way.
Sure does.
And so I think keeping on top of that is the key.
Yeah. And, I don't think I mentioned this, but I when you talked about the press box, I think we were talking about this off the air. I was really hoping for like maybe an elevator that takes us up into
an elevator. Yes, Ron. Let me put that in the budget. Let's get you an elevator.
Well, I do need the exercise, though.
I know, it's hard, but
I need the exercise, though.
An elevator would be nice. I don't know how many schools have an elevator to their press box. We could be the first. Ron and his company are going to sponsor, is what I just heard.
Well, I don't know. I have to talk
4 to 5 builders are going to
I'll talk to,
put in an elevator for the whole 5, 10, between football and track, the whole 10 times we use it in a season. Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, moving on. Oh, money. No one wants to talk about money.
No, it's true. That is stuff. But that was on my wish list. But, hey, you can't have everything. But again, our
We do have new stairs for you, though, to head up to the press box.
I need the exercise.
They're safe.
I need the exercise.
Yes.
And that's the key. And again, you guys, without question, have worked hard to make this safe for the kids, for the new stuff. And the facilities that we have, again, I just put them up with anybody.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are eyesores. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we've got our football track locker room is much to be desired, and it serves its purpose.
Yeah.
And the old baseball press box is again a lot to be desired. But again, we have a place where our kids can play, and it's on site, and they don't have to drive across town.
Right. That's right.
We don't have to share with any other schools like some places do. So, and we have coaches that take great care of our facilities.
Right.
Coach Rubel, Coach Cloyd, those two guys are out on their fields probably every single day, trimming, edging, weed eating, mowing, dragging. I mean, they want what's best for our kids, and they know that it takes top-notch care. And, we have people that take care of it. Brian Edgecombe and Lowell Du Bois are two, I guess you'd say, members of our athletic team. But they can only do so much. There's only 2 of them, and there's a lot of green stuff up top. And so our coaches do take pride in what they have, and they want to keep it nice, so that way they'll give us more things.
Yeah. And I will say, you talk about the press box, that the press box for the softball fields and the soccer, I love that.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice because I can go go around, be in one place and then move to the other, and
absolutely, you can see all 3 fields, and even see out back where they're practicing if need be, and so. It is a nice space. I wish we had windows. I know it sounds really weird, but if you've ever done a soccer game, you can't see the corners if you're announcing, and so you have to stand up and lean
out,
So I wish there was windows in the corners so you could see the whole field.
I will say it's much better than when we first did soccer. The very first time we did soccer, this was probably about 10, 12 years ago. It was before they built the fields. And so we had to go up on the roof. There and where the Wise building is, we had to go on that roof. And and so can you imagine Fran going up there, and then I'm scared to death. John's making fun of me because I'm afraid I'm going to fall through, and I think he did that one on purpose. But we had so it's much better than what we had up there. You know, looking down, going,
I wouldn't have ever imagined that's where you guys went.
Yeah, that's where we did. We had to climb through that little. Anyway,
like roof access.
It was roof access, we climbed through there. Yeah, it was real.
Yeah, definitely safer then.
It's much safer where we have it.
Definitely safer than where you have it. But it's just kind of nice because that building is multi-purpose, and the band has it as a facility to use your restroom if they're out there practicing as well. And so
concessions right below it.
Absolutely. I wish we had a couple more of those buildings somewhere where we could utilize them, but it's coming. I mean, there's a lot of wants, but there's also a lot of educational needs going on in the school corporation too. And so, I mean, we are blessed to get what we get. I mean, we've got new bleachers, which are safe. We're getting a new pool. Okay, not a new pool, but basically a new pool.
Yeah, it's refurbished.
It's coming along beautifully. The tile is going up. They're painting. It's making progress. We got a new baseball field. Soccer is relatively new. I know since I've been here, we put quite a bit of money into grass and fertilization. Football, got a new chunk of from 20 to 20 of grass 2 years ago. So I mean, everything we're trying really hard to make things or make it the best that we can. But we're blessed to get any kind of money that we can get to fund our kids and our programs. And so. I know it helps with the community. I know the school board works a lot with that. So we thank all of you giving kids the opportunity to compete and giving them the opportunity to do something other than just go to school and go home and go to work or whatever that may be. So.
And we've talked about this 1,000 times, and we're going to probably talk about it 1,000,000 more times as the weeks progress, as the season gets going. But the support of the fans is what really is the lifeblood, because these kids thrive on that. And we travel so well for each sport.
We do.
I mean, that's
one thing.
amazing.
Yeah, that's one thing that I can say is when we go to away events, our fan base is sometimes bigger
than home. It is.
Than not even just like the home crowd. And so it kind of makes me laugh. We go to Richmond and we filled the stands up there. We went to Rushville, we filled the stands up there. Franklin County, Greensburg, our side was full, and it's we kind of need bigger stands. When Connorsville comes, give us some more seats. But and that's great for them. I mean, for us, that's the same way we want it to be. I wish we had people that traveled. One thing that people don't understand is, entry fees and admission and stuff isn't just to put money in our pocket. That money goes to purchase the trophies and ribbons for the invitationals or tournaments we do. It pays for the officials, and officials are not cheap.
No.
Officials are actually probably one of the most expensive things that we have. I think we pay over $55,000 a year just on officials.
Wow. And that's for all the sports?
That's for all the sports.
Wow.
And so, I mean, we need, your entry fee, even though you don't like them or maybe you don't agree with their call, those funds do pay for that. They purchase all the balls that your kids use. Baseball uses 3 to 5 balls a game because we used to use them in the woods. Football. One football costed $100+ and they use 3 or 4 during. Oh yeah, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
3 or 4 during a game, and sometimes they get bad.
Nerf. They play Nerf football.
Nerf footballs. They're probably $20 though.
Yeah, they probably are. They're getting expensive
too. When you're thinking about, you grumble when you go to other events and you have to pay that entry fee or pay for the concessions. Just remember, those fees are going back to the kids.
Yeah, you're not getting rich off of it.
They're going to the uniforms. We're buying football uniforms next year, and so not having a gate for football games and trying to buy 2 sets of football uniforms, that's going to be pretty pricey. So that goes for middle school and high school. So we do appreciate the support. We appreciate when you come out. We hope that you come out this Friday to the homecoming game, or whether that's coming to support tennis or soccer. middle school events, they're still running. We need you. We need you to come out and support our kids.
Yeah, the kids love it.
They do.
Andrea, a fabulous show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We'll definitely catch you next week, possibly.
Maybe, yeah,
and we'll
probably.
catch you next week for the Spartan Sports Report. Good night, everyone.